Hello and welcome, Lynx here, and we are doing what we haven't done in the first approach. We are going after that one last achievement, which I do believe I know how to get. Let's go for it. We'll be skipping as per usual in this type of route because we covered a lot in the previous 6 episodes. So over here we are going basically after the scenes that we haven't seen, and of course probably a different ending. Probably. Okay, so of course we have the Karuta game. What was the question? I wonder who I want to see win the most. Let's say Stephania, whatever, even if it's not true. Hifumi might be dear to me, but Stephania is working so hard I almost feel obliged to support her. Perhaps this makes me a traitor, but there's something touching about the sheer amount of effort Stephania is pouring into this enterprise. She's determined to score a victory from the jaws of defeat, yet she will lose, of course. Come on, let's face it. Also, I lied. I was after, of course, Hifumi. I wanted Hifumi to win. Come on, let's be realistic about that. What's the question? I think they're double. Okay, business opportunity. That's true. Maybe I can take some photos of Stephania while I'm there. Maybe I can take some photos of you. Let's say the Stephania part. Whatever. If you'll be spending time with the princess, I might be even able to take some photos of her. Perhaps I could get a few snapshots of the pair of you playing cards together. That'd make for quite the story. Oh, we'll have to discuss it with Stephania. I'm sure she will be willing to help though. She's a dear thing, like I said. And I guess Hifumi didn't take it badly, which is great. Cheerleader. I have to say differently now. Crap, I wonder which of the two is the more attractive. Of course it's Elizabeth, but I have to say otherwise, unfortunately. It's gotta be Stephania. As a Japanese guy, I'm a sucker for the blonde hair. Really? Are you guys suckers for blonde hair? Japanese people in the comments? Are you? I don't see it very often and the novelty is appealing. Also, are Japanese girls into blonde guys? I'm blonde. Anyway, Stephania doesn't have blue eyes, which would really cap off her appeal as a beginning foreigner, but her green irises aren't half bad either. Her smile is pretty cute too. She really should just cute all over. She's kinda... Oh, maybe that's why not into her that much. She's kinda too cute. Yeah, that might be that. You don't need... don't think any less of her, do you? Oh, of course now. Don't worry about that. What's up, you? How are you doing? Okay, we need to ask where is who. Do you know where Stephania is? You wish to know about me, lady? The maid. What was her name? I can keep calling her by the title Smiles. For some reason she looks especially pleased by my inquiry, for why I don't know. Maybe she just likes talking about Stephania, in the same way pet owners like gushing about their dogs and cats. What? Listen, I have a dog. I don't talk about my dog that often. Sometimes I mention that in the video while I'm recording at night and he suddenly decides to make some racket behind the scenes, but I don't talk about dogs. Anyway, would that make Stephania her mate's pet? Kind of. Maybe she wouldn't look too bad in a collar. She's in the parlor, taking breakfast with Miss Yamamoto. The two appear to be very close, much to my gratification. It is nice to see a lady interacting with others, particularly those close to her in age. Miss Williams, meanwhile, has gone to tennis courts to practice and Miss Wakatsuki is currently attending some business, meeting, or another. Oh, I see. Dude, Elizabeth is so beautiful. Now, how do I feel about this? I don't want to be ignored by such a cute girl, let's say that. I don't want to be ignored by Stephania, not when she's so cute. I don't want to be ignored by Elizabeth in truth, though, let's face it. It's not like I don't have a surplus of pretty women already gunning for my attention, but being so brazenly overlooked stings just a little. Maybe I've gotten too used to one phoning over me. I'm still after Elizabeth, man. What's this choice? I inhale I doubt Hazel will let me squirm. The hottest. I mean, I think alright. I hate this answer. I hate this answer so much. I think I might like Stephania the most. Stephania stares at me, eyes wide, after my admittedly audacious remark. You like me, Mr. Sakura? Not really, but... well, why not? I smile amused by how flustered Stephania looks. You're plenty cute. Why wouldn't I like you? I'm not sure what to say to that. A member of the staff has never dressed me too far before. I'm starting to feel embarrassed. What is a pleasant sort of embarrassment? Red-faced, Stephania cups her cheeks with her palms. What am I supposed to do? Hey, Hiroki. Hazel pouts. That's no fair. Steffi wasn't one of your options. She's cute, I'll admit, but that's cheating. Hazel gives me a swift kick beneath the table and... Ow! 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 I gasp in pain, then double over. My right hand, which is still gripping my subsoon, twitches, and then... Elizabeth has to clean my pants. And then we take a bath together. I mean, I don't want to steal you from Stephania, I guess. You should be tending to her needs, really, not mine. It's making me feel kind of guilty. Ah, Elizabeth. Sweet Elizabeth. Well, wait, I'm really curious now. What do you prefer, Hiroki? Lady Yue or Steffi? Alright, another offensive choice. Stephania, maybe. Well, now, I smiled bashfully. You would probably kill me if she heard me saying this, but I have quite a soft spot for Stephania. No, I don't, by the way. For Elizabeth, yes, but we are doing this for the sake of achievement, okay? She's pretty cute, and she's so earnest too. I like how hard she works, and how seriously she takes Carta. It's hard not to like her, I guess. Marina provingly, a quick smile playing about her lips. You took the words right off my mouth, darling. When it comes to women, I do find obedient, sweet-natured sorts easier to get along with than brash, headstrong kinds. I'm different. For perhaps that is because I myself can be very brash. Ooh-hoo-hoo-hoo. I'm not shy, retiring wallflower, as you know, for I like to think I possess a degree of tact and charm Yue does not. Yeah, Lady Yue can be tactless, but so what? Her clumsiness makes her cute. I can't believe you two don't understand her appeal. You're both such enormies. If being a normie means I have good taste, then I would be only too happy to accept the title. Nice. Nice comeback. Hazel grits her teeth together. I can just, stand here and let you slander Lady Yue, my bluff. You're both heartless. Hazel and Marina bicker between one another for a few moments, largely because we have to skip now. I'm glad I was able to meet you too. I feel so perturbed I can't sleep, no matter how weary my body is. Ooh. Exasperated, eventually rise, then slink up to my bedroom. I think I need to get some fresh air. It might help me clear my head. Then, with some luck, I should be able to snatch a few pictures of slumber. Pictures? Minutes? A few minutes, I don't know. I saw snatch and decided, yeah, let's say my words, not the one that is on the screen. Anyway, a few minutes of slumber. I creep down the darkened hallway of the palace, feeling a bit like a fugitive, and eventually make my way to balcony. This balcony is front-facing and overlooks the palace's garden. From here, I have a wonderful view of flower beds, the flowers within dyed silver in the moonlight. I cross the balcony barefoot, and stand at a gap between the colonnades, my upper arms resting against the stone. The stone is cool to the touch, and it drains what little warmth I still possess from my skin, soaking through the thin fabric of my pajama shirt. I shiver. There's a bit of a breeze out here, but it's not too oppressively cold. I can endure it, for the interior of the palace, of course, was much warmer. I stand, my eyes unfixed, gazing over the neat sprawl of the palace's neatly manicured gardens, until... Okay, on this one she looks freaking beautiful.
Oh, Mr. Ogasawara.
A brave exclamation makes me turn. It seems like I'm not the only person who's decided to go for a late night stroll. Stephania is standing but a few paces away from me, clad in a lavender nightgown. Her blonde hair tumbles about her shoulders and all fluffy curls like a sheep's wool, and her green eyes look large. Stephania isn't wearing all that much. The hem of her nightgown is very short, but she doesn't blush upon seeing me, and she doesn't try to cover herself with her arms. Instead, she approaches me and smiling says,
"Is anything the matter? Could you not sleep?"
"No, I look away from Stephania, seeing her attire as this is making my heart race, and determinedly fix my gaze upon the shadowy gardens. I thought I might go for a walk. I apologize if in my ignorance I've enjoyed them on somewhere I shouldn't."
"Oh no, it's fine. I'm not worried to see you here."
"You aren't?"
"Not at all. If anything, I'm glad to have run into you, as I have. I too often find it hard to rest. During my sleepless hours, I often come here to gaze upon the garden. It soothes me, particularly when the moon is so very full. As much as I enjoy the palace's gardens, however, examining them can be a lonely enterprise, particularly when it is so late, and I am on my own. My mood is somewhat unsettled, and I think I will let somebody to speak to. It will make me feel less alone with my thoughts. Do you mind, Mr. Gasawara?"
"No, I guess not. If anything, I should be one asking if you mind. You are the princess after all, and this is your palace. Also, very my presence here might cause offense, your majesty."
"I do not take offense easily, I assure you."
Here, Stephania pouts.
"Fine, but if you insist addressing me in your so very formal manner..."
"Wait, you don't like being called your majesty?"
"Stephania is just fine. It is my name after all, for a few people who see fit to use it. The servants are always calling me Milady, even Lizzie. Given my parents went to the effort of choosing a name for me, and quite a nice name at that, I think it would be nice if their wishes would be respected. I'm more than just my title."
"Very well then. Stephania. They taste Stephania's name on my tongue like an exotic sweet. There's something a touch embarrassing about being on such intimate terms with a genuine princess, but Stephania's effusive smile makes my daring seem worthwhile. Princess might have a reputation of being fickle and finicky, a bit like PolishLynx, but Stephania at least seems rather easy to please. I can call you that, but in return, I'd like you if you could stop being so formal with me."
Mr. Gaswara is such a mouthful. Hiroki is just fine."
"Oh my.
Stephania blinks, abashed.
I've never before been on such familiar terms with one before, save my own father, of course. There seems something that scandalous about this. But you're quite right, of course. If you are to call me Stephania, then I shall follow suit. It would be only polite. Thank you for your thoughtfulness, Hiroki. It is most appreciated."
Giggling shyly, Stephania links her hands together at her front. She surveys me for a few moments, unspeaking before...
"You know, I was thinking...
What is it?"
I might be dressed for the occasion. I only hope you can correct me for my slovenly appearance, but I am glad we met one another like this. I believe it is the first time we've been afforded the chance to one another. All alone, is that not correct?"
"Oh yeah, I guess you're right about that." I look out over the railings of the balcony to the palace's expansive gardens. The breeze has picked up a bit since first I came out here, and now it's stirring the distant trees, their verdant leaves quivering. The sky up above, meanwhile, is a deep velvet blue, dotted with shimmering stars. It's a beautiful night, and it's made more beautiful still by Stephania's close company. Clad in her pale purple night attire as she reminds me a bit of a flower. Stephania's legs, which protrude from the wispy hem of her gown, look pale and slender in the moonlight. She looks so very delicate and so trusting with it. It's a wonder she's not more perturbed by my company than she is. I can't help but think back to what Elizabeth told me all those days prior. She said that Stephania had led a lonely sort of life in the palace, forever under the watchful eyes of her overprotective parents. I feel sorry for Stephania to have grown up in so cloistered an environment, but I think I can understand where her parents are coming from. Surely it's too innocent for her own good. She doesn't seem to realize the effect her limped body clad in that sheer night glow might have upon a man. This girl is incredibly trusting. It's not like I'm planning to do anything to break that trust of hers, of course, but I'm still worried for her. I guess there's something about Stephania's demeanor that makes other people want to look after her. Is that why Elizabeth is so attached?
Hiroki?
Oh, I jumped, surprised, as Stephania uttered my name. I was spacing out for a few moments, so lost in musings about Stephania's upbringing and admittedly Stephania's vice. You're welcome. That I failed to pay attention to the real flesh and blood woman standing in front of me. Stephania is closer to me now than she was. She must have taken the liberty of closing the gap between us during my daydreams, because now we're only a few inches apart. Stephania peers at me from beneath a sweep of pale eyelashes, her expression one of concern.
You've gone awfully quiet. Did I just have to offend you?
No, you did. No. I smiled at her. I didn't know if you could offend me, really, given your status. I bet you've taken all sorts of lessons in etiquette and decorum being a princess.
But it's true enough, I suppose.
Stephania sighs.
But I never much cared about all these dual lessons. They do not stimulate my mind. Being schooled in subjects I don't care about day after day is woefully dull. Learning about etiquette seems a waste. Anyway, when I'm so rarely afforded a chance to speak to other people, beyond my servants, I suppose, and the rare foreign dignitary which comes to visit. I've not had many opportunities to properly talk to those of my own age. I
know about that. Elizabeth told me a bit about it.
Oh!
Stephanie frowns.
Has Lizzie been talking about me behind my back then?
Maybe a little. But she didn't say anything negative. She was quite complimentary, really. She said you were a sweet girl. I hastened to reassure Stephania. Worried she might be upset. Elizabeth's gossiping, yet to my relief she only smiles.
It's quite alright. I did not imagine Lizzie would say anything forward. She has been my dearest companion for many years, and I trust her implicitly. She calls me sweet, but she's far sweeter. I know that she worries about me immensely. Sometimes I wish she wouldn't. It makes me feel guilty that she's so very attentive.
She did mention that she was worried, yeah. She said she'd like it if you could make a few more friends, and, well, I cleared my throat. She told me I ought to step up to the plate.
And become more intimately acquainted with me?
That's what she judges, yeah. She was even quite firm about it, actually. Giggling coyly, Stephania links her fingers together at her front.
I don't think I would be wholly opposed to the idea, if you wouldn't mind, that is.
Being my friend?
Yes!
Stephania nods briefly, her blonde hair fluttering about her shoulders in the breeze.
Just as Lizzie has been talking about me to you, she too has been informing me all about your impeccable character. She said that you were a very nice man, Hiroki, a real gentleman. She was singing your praises before departing my bedchamber tonight for an hour. A whole hour? Well, almost an hour.
Stephania giggles.
Lizzie's often quiet deadpan, so it can be hard to gauge when she's truly excited. Tonight, however, she was being unusually candid. She's so very effusive in her compliments. She sounded almost excitable, very unlike her usual self. I think she must have something of a crush on you.
Yes!
Despite your engagement to my mistress, I have never known Lizzie to be so shameless.
Do you really think so?
It's a possibility. I've known Lizzie long enough that I can tell these things. She can't hide any secret from me. I'm much more perceptive than I look.
Dude. Listen. This is what I was waiting to hear for. This part. Where is it?
She must have something of a crush on you.
Hell yeah! The words that I waited for, pretty much. That's it. This is the game. Anyway, When Stephania laughs, one can be in her mouth like an Asian princess. I find myself pondering. I didn't expect this. I thought that Elizabeth liked me. I don't think she would have offered to wash my back throwers, but I did think she'd become a card-carrying member of the Sakura Hiroki fan club. What did I even do to make her like me so much anyway? I don't really get it. Then again, I've attracted the attention of so many successful, beautiful women, I might as well roll with it at this point.
I could not get Lizzie to confirm or deny her feelings for you, for I did press her.
Stephania continues, once her laughter has abated.
But it left me feeling curious. I want to teach me about the wonderful country you hail from. It is no secret I have always been fond of Japan, and I wish to know more about you as a person, Hiroki. I want to know about your parents, and your schooling, and all your friends. I would like to know about your job, and where you live, and what your favorite food is, and what sort of music you like to listen to, and what your hobbies are, and whether you prefer cats or dogs, and all sorts of silly inconsequential things. Yeah. I'm so unbearably intrigued. I'd like to ask you a million questions, for I have been trying to bite my tongue. I do not wish to impose. That would be impolite. And it seems my syndicate were in holy for naught, for I really paid attention.
Stephania. I look Stephania up and down, a legendary vision beneath the moonlight, and blink. Her tone is so very wistful, it makes my heart ache for her. Just how isolated has Stephania been to yearn after uninspired stories of my equally uninspired school days. I don't think my time in high school was much to write home about beyond my short-lived relationship with Yue, but to Stephania even trivial affairs such as this must seem enchanting. She's never, I remind myself, been to school after all. Her family is a normal one, not by any stretch of the imagination, and as far as friends go, all she really has is Elizabeth. Is it really any wonder she's taken such an interest in me? This fascination, at least I think I can understand. All humans are drawn to the unknown, even princesses like Stephania. We can't help it, I suppose it's in our blood. You can ask me questions, if you want. I don't mind. I don't think any of your queries are inconsequential, not if they're important to you.
Do you truly believe so?
I do, yeah. Now, to give you a few answers. I clear my throat and make an earnest stab at providing Stephania with the responses she so dearly sought. My favorite food is pork cutlets. I like listening to rock music. Photography used to be my hobby, and but it is now my job. And I prefer dogs over cats. Not that I dislike cats. I think they are plenty cute too. Thank you! Exactly! He knows what he's saying. Sure, I prefer dogs as well, obviously. Maybe not obviously, but I prefer dogs basically. Doesn't mean I freaking hate cats. Even, well, I've never had a cat, and I think I don't really want to have a cat. But doesn't mean I don't think they are cool, animals. Hey, I called myself a goddamn lynx, by the way. That's also a cat. A wild one, but a cat. So, yeah. Anyway. As for questions about my family and my schooling and my work, well, I smiled bashfully. I'll have to think about that a little bit more before replying. And these replies won't be brief either. Maybe we can talk about this some other time.
Would you like to talk to me more?
Sure. We're pleasantly of company, and really, what guy doesn't like talking about himself? Me? I don't. Well, I do that sometimes in the videos, yeah. I think this is the only time where I talk about myself. Anyway, you're acting like I'm the most interesting guy in the world, the way you're hanging on my every word.
Well...
Stephania giggles.
No, I do not know if I will go quite that far.
Heh, I figured.
But you are certainly one of the more interesting men I've had a chance to meet in the last, I don't know, it's been years.
What? I don't know if that's saying too much. You don't get a chance to meet men very often, do you?
That's true, but I think I would like you, Hiroki. Even if I did have more experience with the outside world. I can see that Lizzie was right about you. You are really nice. I feel very at ease with you. I think it would be nice if the pair of us could spend the whole day together. So we might grow closer, not in a palace. This place can be very stuffy, but outdoors in the city. We could go shopping, or to an art gallery, or a cafe, just like any other couple.
Huh?
And of course, we could talk a lot. I would like that.
Wait, couple, what? Stephania sighs.
But perhaps that would be presumptuous of me. You have a fiancé already. After all, I would hate to get in the way.
You mean Hifumi? I smile vaguely at this. I'm glad you're so concerned, Stephania, but you needn't worry. Hifumi and I have a pretty open relationship. I doubt she'd be jealous.
Truly?
Stephania appears at me intrigued.
I I know little about normal relationships, much less open ones, but you have given me much to think on. I suppose it is not so very surprising that my mistress would be so accommodating, for given how boundless her patience seems to be. She has devoted so much time to schooling me, I can really believe she will be mature enough to share even her beloved.
You wouldn't even know.
But alas, as a princess, promenading outdoors with a mysterious man would cause no shortage of scandal. That mightn't be the most practical proposition, unless...
Unless... I took at Stephania intrigued. Her green eyes, I know, look incredibly vivid. They are so bright they could put even the stars shining above our heads to shame.
I do not need to wander the streets as Princess Sofia Maria Isabella of Astoria. I could instead dispense of my royal attire and wear a disguise. Clad too in the apparel of commoner, none would be able to identify me. Then we would be able to spend time together, unimpeded, with the masses being none the wiser. If Lizzie were to help me with my subterfuge, I'm certain it would be perfect. She's a wonderful seamstress.
Beaming now, Stephania pressed one hand against her chest.
And that a good idea that is! It is foolproof. I'm so wise. I sometimes scare even myself.
Stephania laughs, then declares,
Just you wait, Hiroki. We'll get to know one another better, and we will have a wonderful time. I swear it upon my crown. Well, once I have an idea in my head, I will not let anybody sway it. I mean me.
Good grief. Stephania sounds very excited about this notion, not I suppose that I can blame her. She'd led a pretty sheltered life, up until meeting me. It looks like she's taken a real interest in me, and then going out with me. I had no intention before coming to Astoria of capturing the attention of its princess, but I'm not unhappy with these turn events. Ow! What about the maidful? It looks like my life's going to get even crazier from this point onwards. But I think with a small smile, if I'm able to help Stephania, then it will all be worthwhile. I've come to care for her, too, despite not knowing her for very long, and I want to make her happy. What about the maid? If I can see, I mean Elizabeth, of course, that she continues to smile, then I'll consider my trip to Astoria a success. I want to learn about Stephania, too. Now I suppose I have no choice but to wait and see what tomorrow might bring. And I guess by tomorrow you mean Sakura Succubus 6, right? Yeah, it seems like that is the case. So, because I tried my best to kind of rush the recording, I've put my health on the line and so on. I'm kidding, of course. I mean, to be fair, I feel like my body and so on is used to doing all those videos like this for so long now that, you know, it doesn't really have much of influence. But yeah, I've tried to record as much as I could, and we are hopefully, if the rendering goes well, going to have Sakura Succubus 6 on the day of release. Maybe a day later, depends. Depends what hour exactly it will be dropped to the public use. If it's at the hour where I can record and render, then it will be on the same day. If not, then, well, it will be the next day, I assume. That's pretty much how it's going to be, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. Dude, I think of all the of all the Sakura games, Succubus is probably my favorite. Despite the fact it's basically harem. And, you know, much I prefer the not harem option. But, yeah, this is good. This is good. And it seems like we will be still in the castle in the next one. So we will be in Astoria. Alright, Hope you guys enjoyed, and I wish you all a wonderful day. And of course, consider liking the video if you found it enjoyable. You can also subscribe if you haven't already, because there will be more of those games, that's for sure. You can also say... I don't know what. There wasn't really much choices over here, right? I wonder how our princess will try to hide her own identity from the public if we go into the public. Yeah, you can tell me what do you think will be her outfit and so on. What else? Social media, Twitter, Instagram, and of course Twitch streams Friday, Saturday occasionally. That's it. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.